So we have brothers and sisters who are doing so well in their streets. They greet everybody. You go to their house. If you enter their house with tears, you are coming out smiling. Imagine you replicating that in a larger society by coming out of your shell. Remember, put fear. We address fear. We address the dirtiness of the politics. We are talking about you preparing yourself. You've built yourself to the point that whenever you appear in a particular gathering, people always resonate with your personality. Nothing stops you from taking such talent, such impact that you have made within your local environment and take it to outside. So the moment you make that decision, you've conquered your fear, meaning you've addressed the fear. Inability of you not to take that bold step, that fear will elude you. I might not quote that part of Bible correctly. If righteousness refuse to what? Can you help me complete that? Refuse to what? To participate in the affairs of the common man, there will be problem. Okay. There will be. So we leave everything for them. We have this idea that let them do it. And we fold our hands that things are going to get better without getting involved with all those good qualities and character that our pastors in church, the word of God we were so blessed with. And we decided to keep all these good things to ourselves without letting the world to enjoy from that mercy, favor, grace, and anointing. What do you think will become of us as a youth Christian? So on the side of the dirtiness of the politics, fine. There is a particular adage. I'm going to go against that adage in this context. When you are in the Rome, you behave like Roman. I don't believe that you should always behave like a Rome if you are in the Roman. Why? In the context of politics. So you join politics today, right? And they are asking you that this is how we always do it here. Does that mean that is the only way? Yoruba will say on Akanni Waja. Different angles, different sources, thank you, takes you to the market. You can bring a perspective. If the ways that they always address their problem or solve their problem is to go the other way, which I don't want to mention, you can introduce the spiritual. Okay, that is you.
I'd like to interject here.
Okay,
you
good.
Mentioned, introducing a different way. I agree, but how do people, and I would like you, Adewale, to take this. Why should people listen to you when you come with something new? Who has been listening to you before?
Most people don't even like change, especially if they've been used to a particular
exactly.
Way, a particular style.
People have been used to a particular
and
style.
Some of the things they will say is, you are just coming, we've been here, we are experienced, so why would you think your new way would work? Why should we follow?
Thank you very
much. So before Wale will come in,
okay.
Just 2 minutes, I will make sure that I don't take you guys' time. Do not forget, this conversation, we built it from one point to another point before we now get to the dirtiness of the politics. Don't forget that we started from you being good, you being identified with something special, some of the contributions that you've made in church.
Is making contributions in church enough?
No, wait. I didn't talk about church alone. I took it further to your immediate environment. How you are entering your streets, and the little children or some of your contemporaries, they see you as, oh, welcome. Or somebody who is not even a Christian come to your house with tears, and that person is coming out smiling. So there has to be a track record before people will accept your idea. So that takes me, I like to speak in parable. So Yoruba will say, Ti Awusa ba ma gba nkan lowo e, a medicine, that is even an Hausa man is going to take your medicine or your medical prescription, he or she will ask you, have you experienced that ailment? So you don't give what you don't have. That is the summary. You cannot give what you don't have. You know this person is is a member of a particular church, is the leader of this particular church. How do we measure performance?
Great. So, love that you said that. So, okay.
But we've also had situations where you see all these boxes that you clearly highlighted.
Okay.
People tick, or a particular person ticks it, tick, 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 tick. But when they get there, what you expect of them to do, they will not do. Despite the fact that they have the track record, their immediate environment, their neighbors, their church, their members,
The children,
everything, and you would have high expectations that this person, once this person gets here, I can vouch for this person will do this, person will do that. When the person gets there, you get disappointed and you start questioning yourself. You will start questioning those things the person was doing in the past. You will be thinking that, was this person doing it with a genuine mind?
or the
Or
person
this
was just being performative.
Exactly, being performative, so that to attain to this level. What in a situation like that?
I like to say something.
Let's rally come.
Okay.
I have a theory, and the theory is that with respect to leadership and governance now, and the quality of leaders that we have in office, it is important that we as a people, right, clearly, identify the quality of our leaders before you have high expectations of them. And I used to say this: who you are as a person, as a common man,
God bless you,
will reflect when you get to positions. The character, the competence. Now, and here is the answer to that. That someone you have a high expectation of, you are looking forward to, a messianic transformation, and the person doesn't do it. The answer is clear. The person is competent, he has a capacity. The answer is that the person does not want to do it. That is the answer. Because you're not going to make justification on the part, oh, maybe he doesn't have competence, or he doesn't have character, or he doesn't have capacity.
Exactly.
It's just as simple as he does not want to do it. And you also have to be sure that this person, as a common man, has all of those characters that you are trying to remove to make justification. Okay, it just appears that he doesn't want to do it. Because truly he has the character, truly he has the capacity, truly he has the competence, he has the courage to do these things. Okay. But it's just clear that he doesn't want to do it.
Okay, so how?
Let me hide his thoughts.
I'm sorry, Mr. Akanni.
Okay.
I want to get something out from what Mr. Adewale said. How can Christian youth build this capacity that they need to work on now, that they're in obscurity, so that when they get to the limelight as nation builders, they are going to be tried in the fire and they will come out as.
I'll give you the example of Barack Obama. In short, the reason why Barack Obama, Congressman John said something. He said he has never dreamt in his life that a black man would become America's president.
Yeah, that was popular on Washington Post too.
Yes. Do you understand? Same way people have never dreamt that a woman like Kamala Harris would emerge. Do you understand? So, how did these guys do it, and how were they able to, to a modest level, deliver in office? It's simple. Look at Barack Obama. The record was there. He built the experience from someone who was a community organizer. Barack would organize to the point that he was having touch with family. So I was not surprised when Barack Obama became president and something will happen. Let's say, for instance, school shooting in Chicago, and would visit each family. You know what that means? In short, by population, America is far populated than Nigeria.
Yeah.
And you having a situation by something happens in Maiduguri, or even in Usuka, or Abule Jesha, and the president will leave Abuja and come to your household and tell you that I feel your pain.
Like,
And he's not doing it for the the theatrics now.
clout.
That is who he
He
is.
is as a person.
You understand? So that is who he has been, because he was a community organizer going from one house to the other. So when he became president, it was not hard. And you would see someone like Barack talk to you who had lost someone, and you see them, tearing up, not because of their loss, but because of the sense of character that he has.
The empathy.
The empathy, thank you very much. So these things, he has built them over the years. And Akanni had answered that. People want to see experience.
What you've done.
What you've done. So if you get there, you either do it or you don't do it. We will make, conclusion based on the fact that you just do not want to do it, or you have done your, possible best. But I mean, the track record is there, the experience is there, the capacity is there.
So we know.
Can I ice his thoughts? Because that icing is so important. He has, give a very relatable example. You see, there is a term we use now in relationship. We call something red flags. For every human being that becomes a bad human being, there is a point, at that point, there is a particular point in their life when they are moving towards that direction. But we seem to ignore, because we are clouded. That is where spirituality comes. What an average man on the street, on the road might not see. As a Christian, due to the grace of God, the journey that you've taken yourself through, the Bible, the sermons that you listen to, you were able to see beyond the common man. So do not mix it at this point. There is a clear distinction, very clear, just like between black and white. We seem to ignore the red flag. That at one point, this person used to lie you. But because he's good, he can do this. Don't forget that this person can lie. God bless you. So, when you now see that trait in that person, you need to take yourself back to that memory lane. So, like he said, Barack, his acceptance speech in 2008, that is one of the greatest speech made by somebody in the US after Martin Luther King. I have lost the count of the times that I've had to watch that particular address. You see passion. You see people having to relate with this person when he was a child. What can people say about you when you were in primary school? That you used to copy somebody's notes without returning it back.
But I used to put chewing-gum on their seat.
Leave that. Or when the next person wants to sit, you remove the chair. Those are the two things, they were jokes, right? I've done it. But these were things that we don't know. Those are the things that forms your character.
Yeah, that forms who you are, who you become as a person.
But I beg to disagree with you.
Okay, disagree. I'm there for you.
Because, no, not with everything you said, just with the part where you said if you used to pull the seats from people.
So are you on that table? Just confess I've confessed mine.
All things are passed away.
Okay, good.
All things are become
New, okay, good. Good. I love that.
Thank you. All right, so we've identified somebody whose character spoke for him from when he was a community organizer to when he became the president.
Let me add also, history is key. Personal history.
God bless you.
I tell people that my father fought in the World War II.
God bless you. My mother was a school teacher, was this, my grandmother was...
History is awesome. And that's one thing we neglect in Nigeria. We don't want to care.
Where are you coming from?
Okay, so
Your streets,
you now.
the streets where you grew up.
Okay.
What can people say? If you go to Fagbewesa Oshogbo, you ask for Toyin Omo Yagba. There is one thing people will tell you, that boy suffered a lot when he was growing up. So whatever that guy is doing now, we are not surprised.
Okay. Okay, you've answered my question.
And that's
I
why
wanted to
Jesus
ask
said
you
also in the
about your
Bible,
answer.
if you remember,
Tell her.
he was asking them, I mean, who do people say I am?
Yeah.
So it's also important to, have that self-identity.
Who do people say you are?
Oh, is that my question now? People say I'm someone who tried, so much to make impact.
And I always go around.
I love it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's important that we take
And now that you
cognizance
know,
of-
in case I want to run in the next
So all those ones, they are just by the way. So
Yes.
continue. Sorry.
So now that we know the importance of history and character, how can Christian youth take part in politics in a way that brings more people to them? Because we know that at the end of the day, politics and nation building, they go pari passu.
God bless you.
We cannot take one and leave the other. Yes, there are times when people will say they are doing things independent of the government. They are giving free water, creating boreholes, providing health
Social
care,
impact.
doing social impact projects and all those things. But at the end of the day, you can only do so much. It is the government that will be recognized, the government or the local government in the community that will be recognized. So Christians want to get into this field now.
Okay.
They want to be involved, And we've talked about how we don't have to pay attention to the dirt because we can come in differently. But how do we do more in terms of politicking? And I didn't want to use this word, but how do we do politics with the people? Because at the end of the day, even if people like you and the things you do, you need to be able to convince the constituents of that
Okay.
area. And also, I'd like to mention at this point that most of the time we focus on the big things. We focus on the presidency. We focus on governorship. We focus on House of Assembly and the National Assembly and, to be senators and rep members.
Yeah.
Many of us are not looking to be local government chairs.
I mean, a young person was telling me, oh, I think you're the first class, and there was no, this kind of, some sort of
Celebration.
pause.
Yeah.
I'm like, everywhere is crowded.